Hey everybody, welcome back to Quail Snail. Today we're on Orcas Island. We have been on the road for 3 straight days and we've traveled almost 1,000 miles from our home in California. We've made it to the West Beach Resort just outside of East Sound on Orcas Island, and today we're going to do something a little bit different to see some of this beautiful island.
In this video, we're going to be riding an electric bike.
When you're traveling with teens, it's a little bit different than when you travel with younger kids. You have to kind of get creative to keep things new and fresh and exciting. And when I plan our trips, I like to celebrate the things that they can do now that they weren't able to do when they were little kids. I try to plan one adventure per stop on our trip, something that they've never done before that they might not have thought to try. So, for example, last summer we did the eco tour in Jackson, Wyoming. What did we just see?
We just saw a bear, a mother bear, and 3 cubs.
In Yellowstone, we tried a highline ropes course, kind of adventure park. And when we were in Oregon, we went kayaking in Newport Bay. They don't always love each and every one of these things. Morale is low on Team Quail Snail. But I think it gives them an opportunity to explore something new and see what they're capable of. So today we're taking a tour on electric bikes. We're touring with Orcas Bikes out of East Sound. We're doing the 2 to 3 hour Wheel the Westside tour, which is rated for beginners and allows anyone who's over 12 years old and taller than 4 feet 11 inches to ride. Teens can't ride electric bikes everywhere, so if you're thinking about this as an option, you might want to look into the rules where you're headed. We all know how to ride bikes, though we did take a few practice rides at home just to kind of get back in the groove before we put ourselves on e-bikes. We met our tour group in East Sound. Our tour ended up being a little delayed, so we had a chance to get some coffee in a cafe that was both a cafe and a knitting store. With beautiful flowers all around East Sound. We took some photos of those. I got some Mediterranean spurge. Which one's the Mediterranean spurge? The underneath the flag there? And then when we met our group, we got a little bit of training. If you're interested in the details of the electric bikes, I'll let you know that we rode Rad Power electric assist bikes. They had 5 levels of pedal assist and even throttle for some tricky terrain. They had really large tires, which made the ride very smooth, and it allowed us to go off-road on some gravel paths. The first chunk of the tour was mostly cruising the roads of Orcas Island so we could get used to riding in longer stretches. There wasn't a ton of traffic, even though it was a Saturday, and even the people who passed us were pretty respectful of the bike tour, so it felt like a really safe place for beginners. Our first stop was Lum Family Farm. It's a farm that has sheep and goats and pigs and cattle and chickens. Their farm stand had cheeses and eggs and ice cream and wool products for sale. The thing that Lum Family Farm is known for is their rainbow sheep. Every June they get together and hand paint some of the sheep in a rainbow pattern to celebrate Pride Month, which we thought was just fantastic. We ended up getting a Pride sheep ornament for our Christmas tree this year. Our next stop was Orcas Island Pottery. This is a pottery studio that opened in 1945. It's the oldest pottery studio in the Pacific Northwest, and it's a really big destination for people going to Orcas Island. We weren't necessarily shopping for pottery at the start of our month-long road trip, but it was still a really cool place to visit. All of the pottery is displayed outside in the grass and on tables and on stumps, and it's so colorful and shiny and just beautiful to look at in the sunshine. There's a big tree house and swings to explore. The boys and I climbed up into the tree house and looked out and checked out the view.
Please use handrail.
Oh, sorry, I'm using the handrail. Thank you. Look at the tree.
It is really a tree house. Ooh. And there's a tree. Oh, it'd be cool if I could get like an option.
Yeah, do it, dude. Go zoom back out.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright. I've got a picture of the tree house, so let's go.
Yeah, okay. And it's all set in a really lovely garden right on a cliff overlooking the ocean. After we were done looking at all of the pottery, we pedaled over to the West Beach Resort, which is where we're staying.
So on Orcas Island, there's not much for public beach access. There's just these little sections, like this one right here. But if you look down, you see that giant flag on the beach. They have a little snack shack there. Yeah. So they have beer on tap. They have pizzas and popcorn. If you come here at night for sunset, it's one of my favorite spots. They light up a big bonfire, and then you can have a beer as you watch the sunset. It goes right over Saturna Island over there. It's a perfect view.
While we were on the beach just taking a little break from riding and looking at the ocean, I saw 2 bald eagles fly out of a tree right by the pier.
Oh, guys, in the tree. I just saw him
midway, I see him.
Yeah, I saw him flying up into this tree.
He's midway, straight in front of the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a little speck of white.
There's a couple that frequent this space. You'll probably see them as you.
And so I would spend the rest of our trip walking out to that pier and looking for the eagles with my big camera lens, and I never saw them again. Though I did see some other cool wildlife. After we wrapped up on West Beach, we got back on our bikes and rode back to East Sound, back to Orcas Bikes. We sadly turned in our e-bikes and set out to wander around town to find some lunch. This is a would recommend from both of our teens.
Yeah, you like that?
And I think it would be a great way to see a new city without having to do a ton of walking. So if you like to ride bikes, I'd say check out an e-bike tour. Next, we're headed to Moran State Park in Orcas Island. We've got 2 great hikes to share with you. So if you're interested in touring the Pacific Northwest, it's a great time to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.